Self-Made Life TV, selfmadelife.com. Go get some merch. And we got a NBA story today. Everybody, you should be in tune if you follow the NBA. That's kind of one of the major headlines this year. But we got the story of James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Now, as you can see, as we've been seeing, James Harden, the boy didn't try to do everything to get out of Houston, man. He didn't gain weight, put on about 60 pounds. Nickname on the streets is Titties Over Titles. Shout out Ticket TV. But yeah, man. James Harden clearly wants out of Houston, man. As we can see here, we got a little belly action right there. Now, James Harden to me was never, the most in shape dude, kind of like myself, where we ain't got to, what I'm saying, everybody in shape look different. So some people used to say James Harden was out of shape, but, everybody not going to have that chiseled body. So, but this looked like this last night before the Lakers game, which we're gonna touch on that game. But yeah, man, he's publicly stated he wanted out of Houston. He's kind of now he's letting his actions speak. To me, he's pulling his best version of Antonio Brown. And I'm gonna do a video later just to ask y'all who episode was better, and we're gonna go over each episode. Yeah, we're gonna see who was worse. I mean, yeah, who did the job better? Antonio Brown trying to get out of Oakland, frozen feet and all that, or James Harden trying to get out of Houston? Because I thought would nobody top Antonio Brown freezing his feet and all that, but James Harden is making a good case with his actions in Houston. Now, if you've seen the interview last night, James Harden just clearly said, let me see if we can find it. Look, All-Star James Harden says Houston Rockets are just not good enough. Bro, when your star player, it's nine games into the season. When your star player tells you that, hey, we just not good enough, you know what I'm saying? Grown man bars. It's something you got to deal with, man. Like, James Harden obviously don't believe in the roster. I think it's more him wanting to be out of Houston, but see, look, he said it. He said, I love this city. I literally have done everything that I can. Harden said after the Rockets 117-100 loss. I mean, this situation is crazy. It's something that I don't think can be fixed. See, this is a discussion of, you can say, business over feelings or feelings over business. Because on one hand, the Houston Rockets have done everything by the book for as how you treat your star player. They paid James Harden. You know what I'm saying? They gave him the keys to the city. It's been his team for the last 5-6 years since he got to Houston. They built rosters around his gameplay. Totally eliminated the big man to suit his gameplay. So in that aspect, hired a offensive coach, Mike D'Antoni, who basically turned him into like the Black Steve Nash. So, on one note, Houston Rockets did everything they can to try to accommodate James Harden. Now, on the other foot, with them doing that, I think they created a monster that they didn't know they was going to have to deal with. Because we all know James Harden wasn't like this. James Harden never had a reputation of a guy that was a locker room cancer. He was more his criticism came up of his not being clutch in the playoffs. So far as his reputation, his personal character reputation never really took a hit until now. And I'm kind of in the middle of it. In one aspect, I feel that yes, the course has ran. James Harden been there for 7-8 years. They had 2 or 3 different roster changeovers trying to win a championship. Just unfortunately, while they were trying to make their run, that was doing their Golden State run. So, obviously they weren't going to be able to do much competing against Golden State. And, the things Golden State was doing. We ain't got to speak on that, everybody. If you know, you know. So, I think in one aspect, the marriage is over, sometimes, especially in professional sports, see teams, and this is where the fans get confused at. Fans think these teams want to win. Now, yes, teams want to win, but it's a business. So these teams want to make money. And I think to put this situation simply is that James Harden is the Houston Rockets moneymaker. Like I said, he got the keys to the city. They built the city around him. So they're not just going to give up James Harden easily. That's the first part. Another part is too, his contract is crazy. He got a lot of money due. I think only 2 years left. So we all know that it's common sense when somebody got a new contract or one of the larger contracts. That's another roadblock that makes it hard to move. Next is also we're in a COVID situation, so the league is kind of in a flux right now, and I don't think too many teams are really able to buckle down and focus on making a good trade package that will, making a good enough trade package that Houston would have some time to look over and really consider. This is not a move that's just going to be made at the tip of a hat. Now, we could see something at trade deadline, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Harden just either play half of the games and sit out, or basically he don't get moved till the end of the year. Because I just don't think nobody really has the time right now to get a deal like this done. And last, now this is why I'm a little critical of Harden. Harden need to kind of man up. He know every time in the past when he started to do his little offseason crying, Houston made moves. They did the Chris Paul move. We can go down the line about the moves they did. They got Capella, move Capella. You know what I'm saying? So many moves they did for us roster construction. Even now, getting Covington, Boogie, and John Wall. Like Houston has always tried to help James. So it's just kind of, and James is older. He need a ring, but I would at least see James finish out his contract or at least finish out this year. I'm kind of shocked that he's going this far with it. Maybe that just lets you know to where he's at, personally with Houston. He just really wants that new start. But I feel like James do owe Houston Rockets at least a year. Let them make their little bread off from selling the tickets. And then at the end of the season, you can do all this. But to do it now before the season starts, I think that's he kind of just disrespecting everything that Houston Rockets have done for him. So all in all, man, I didn't kind of said it all. Houston and James Harden need to divorce ASAP. I don't know what they gonna do. Don't matter who to blame. Just it's not a good situation. He's not clicking with John Wall, not clicking with Boogie Cousins. So it's gonna get worse from here. If Houston don't want to be a lottery team, which that's what it's looking like, because Harden is in his Kyrie Antonio Brown bag. Harden is not going to make it a nice place. He don't care. He's throwing balls at rookies. The boy on team. So until they make something, move on from this situation, Houston might as well. They kind of gonna revert back to the old Houston Rockets. But y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Selfmade Life TV, selfmadelyfe.com. Go get some merch. I'm out.